I really
Dan,
am
Dan,
liking that idea
Dan,
though,
Dan.
dude. Having a background because I know it will make us a little smaller. I think it'll
Yeah,
be a
facts.
really good idea.
Yeah, it
All
will. I
right,
think
let's
it
do
would.
this. What up, Jack? All right, guys. So we are going to do what we've been doing the last couple of Thursdays. We're gonna upgrade it a little bit. Me and Fishin have talked about a few things, so I think this will be fun. But the way we'll start this out tonight is I'm gonna let you say what you got to say, Fish, or anything that you would like to say.
Well, hold on. I had something written down. I might not be able to pull it up. Anyway, we're just gonna go over some games this week. Obviously, the weekend's coming up. College football games. There's some good games, but there's no top big matchups. But there's some sleepers in there. People look at the schedule and they don't think there's any really good games, but sometimes there's a little sleepers in there. So
Facts.
there's definitely a few of those this week.
Well, and you got some crazy stuff going on just with what's up, Kobe? Let me do this real quick because it is hot, and I mean like hot.
It's hot. Does that mean you're
Yeah,
taking your
hot.
clothes off?
Yes, I am. Get
Bet.
all right. Here we
I
go.
am.
So, all right. So this is what I was gonna say. Two big things about the number one and number two teams in the nation. First off, number one team in the nation in Alabama starting their
Yeah.
backup quarterback.
Versus A&M. That beat them
Yeah,
last year.
A&M. And the thing is, last year nobody gave A&M. People this year like, oh well, A&M's not really that good. Blah blah blah. It's like me and you know this is the same way they felt about A&M last year. Well, now you're going into that game with your backup.
Yeah. So this year I feel totally different though.
Yeah,
And of course, we like you said, we felt the same way about A&M last year, but I feel about A&M this year like they just something's off. Like it's falling apart at the seams. You know what I'm saying? Especially offensively. Defense is really, really good, but A&M's kind of falling apart, man. Much more so than last year. So this
now would
game
you
could
say that?
get pretty interesting. Backup quarterback for Alabama, so A&M had an advantage there, but it is in Alabama, so
And that was going to be my point.
yeah,
It's in Alabama this year, not at
yeah,
at A&M, man. So, anyways,
yeah.
but
What's your thoughts? I mean, how do you think this game's going to play out?
I think it's going to go one of those first and second quarter battles, maybe two half. I know Jacob. I saw him go 4 of 9 or 4 of 10, whatever. He's a little inaccurate, but everybody in the Bama fan base is kind of already they said they knew that. But he's just fast.
Hmm.
He's a stronger version of Jalen Hurts, but he's just not as accurate right now. But
He's Anthony
maybe
Richardson Jr. That's what he is.
yeah, so maybe with another week under his belt, maybe he gets more accurate. Maybe they feel more comfortable with him passing. But the thing is, when Bryce went down, Bama was already ahead. It's a little different
Yes,
having to start a game
and they
out and
made
having to deal.
mistakes. I mean, Texas A&M or Arkansas could have took that game, man. They made
Arkansas
mistakes.
could have made it a better game, that's for sure.
They couldn't get anything going offensively, but that's besides the point. But yeah,
What's up,
you're
Nick?
right. But the offense was ran under him well enough to keep scoring points and maintain the lead. And of course, the defense for Bama is pretty damn good this year. So
Oh, Jacob, no, I saw the game, dude. But that's my point. I don't know if just being able to run the ball as a quarterback is going to win you games. But
damn son,
we'll find out. We'll find out.
shade broke off, bro.
Uh, how can you
Hold up.
support the show? Sir, why you gotta do that to me, Kobe? Hold on. All right, so I'll say this.
I know Kobe.
But I will add on to it. The thing is that I don't understand is I don't understand how Texas A&M is going to attack this game because Texas A&M has a very strong roster when it comes to defense, so they can
Hmm.
attack it any way they want. But how will they attack it? No idea. That's the weird thing. And for Jimbo, even though I dislike Jimbo very very much, nothing. This could not have gone his way anymore. All the talk, all the trash talk in the summer,
Oh
all of it.
yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
then the quarterback for Bama gets hurt the week before.
Well, other than the fact that they've been pretty much dog shit this entire season, yes, it is a good circumstances for A&M.
Yes. So, anyways, we'll move on and then we'll get to the pick'ems. Nate says he demands a rematch. Oh, okay. All
For
right.
what?
I
Oh,
no
well,
idea.
come on, man.
All right. I guess we'll have one of the new celebrity boxing matches between. You down with that, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. All right. Well, the next one I'm gonna say, I'm about to type my Venmo in here. What's up, sir? UGA. Real quick, you give me your thoughts. What do you think about the Georgia versus Auburn game? Because Georgia's struggling, and that was the other one I wanted to talk about. I just want to hear it from your standpoint while I type this in the chat.
I mean, Georgia's looked bad the last 2 weeks. Obviously, playing way lower than their standard is. Auburn's pretty bad, but at the same time, they went up. What did they go up? 17-0. Kelly, I swear to God. They went up, I think, 17-0 against LSU or whatever.
Wait, they went up 17-0 and then
yeah,
lost?
I think so. Yeah. So,
oh Lord,
if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I believe so. But
okay.
yeah, so I mean, Auburn's just bad. Georgia has Auburn's number. They always kill Auburn. It just is what it is. Bo Nix was a part of that. So maybe Auburn can actually score a touchdown or two in this game. The point spread's very high, 29.5, some places 30. That's a little bit crazy considering the point spread was like 28, 29 or something like that. So I don't know. Mizzou's really bad. Auburn's really bad. I think Georgia kind of finds their footing again this week and probably beats Auburn pretty good. I don't know about 30 points, but I think they beat them pretty handily.
Well, good.
Good. Yeah, good.
Hold on.
I like that pick. Good pick.
Well, I was gonna say, Cindy said, "Let's keep it family friendly here, but put laughing faces." No, I'll definitely be that way.
Hey, I
no,
apologize.
I mean good, but I'll go ahead and let you know that there's a lot of people that'll come on here that might not keep it family friendly.
Yeah, it'd be way worse than me.
yeah. So just a heads up.
I apologize for that. I blurred out one here and there. Well, probably a little more than.
But okay, so I'll say this. I think this is the way that I feel about the Georgia game, and I'll keep it quick. That way we can go ahead and get to these games. I know it's already 9:20. For me, the Georgia game, I don't care what's going on. I don't care if Kirby's thought is right now. Look. My bad. Got Mayhem Matthew. Quit texting me, Mayhem. But you got Georgia right now looking not terrible, but terrible. Whatever's going on at Georgia, whatever's going on with this whole, wanting to play smash mouth football or blah, 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 Stetson being inaccurate, you can't afford to do that another week. And the reason why you can't afford to do that is because if you do it another week, either A, it's true, or your players are going to start believing it. Confidence will go down. That's the last thing you need if your plan is to have a great season. You can't do that. You have to start off this game and go hot. You can't have Stetson staring down receivers while Brock Bowers and Darnell Washington are to the opposite side, wide open, and you're trying to throw a 10-yard out route and you throw it 6 yards. Like it's just annoying to me that Stetson can look so great, but then he can look so terrible. And it's like, how can you still be this inconsistent when you're 47 years old, still playing college football? Like, it's just frustrating as a Georgia fan.
Yeah, and I wouldn't know we wanted to make this quick, but it's an obvious observation that just Georgia doesn't have wide receivers like a lot of these other teams do. I mean, I don't know. There was a lot of passes that were kind of, slant passes, whatever. I mean, there was a ton of passes in that game that Georgia just dropped. I mean, Stetson put them in there kind of okay enough to catch them, and they were starting to drop them a lot. He wasn't throwing the best ball sometimes, but it's just been really sloppy, man. It's been way sloppier than the first 3 weeks. It's just weird.
The one that pissed me off the most, Darnell Washington going into the end zone. He's 6'8", 270 pounds. And Stetson Bennett overthrows him. Overthrows a 6'8", 270-pound tight end. overthrows him to the. Anyways,
Yeah.
like I said, it was frustrating. I didn't really know how to feel about it. I was just like, all right, look, it is what it is. But when you play against a team like Missouri and you beat them 26-22, whatever we did, it's like
2022-19, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It's like
Pretty bad.
you have the roster to be able to dominate them. So
Yeah,
that's all I'm
absolutely.
saying is.
Yeah,
That's all. But
absolutely.
anyways, all right, you want to get to these games, sir?
Let's get to it, man.
Okay. I'm gonna name the game and I'm gonna let you start off. Okay. Tell me what you think. First one we have here. Oh, it's a nice one.
Give it to me because I know what
Alan
it
A,
is.
if you don't get out my comment section with that. What's up, True Seminole? What's up, Vic? TCU versus Kansas, 17 versus 19.
I thought you were gonna go something different.
Well, I just went with the first one that was on there.
This game is gonna be pretty interesting. I mean, Kansas undefeated. They've won more games this year than they've won in like the past 4, man. It's ridiculous. Kansas is looking good, man. I just want to check something real quick. Hold on. I just want to know if this is correct. Yes, it is. Okay, the QB for Kansas is 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. That's as far as touchdown to interception ratio. That's probably one of the top ones in the country. They're playing just really disciplined ball, and they're playing really good at Kansas with not much talent at all. I mean, I made this joke earlier, but not earlier, but a few days ago. But it was like TCU and Kansas in the Big 12 championship, and it literally could happen. I mean, they're looking like the 2 best teams, other than maybe Oklahoma State. So, which is kind of funny. I'm just saying, but this game's gonna be it's gonna be interesting.
I'll just get straight to my pick because I haven't really watched a lot of them play. I just know TCU beat the crap out of Oklahoma.
Let me make that point too. When I was watching that game, because I did watch it, I know Oklahoma's defense sucks, but TCU just ran everything that they wanted to all over them. I don't know if they're going to do it against Kansas, but I was really impressed with the scheme of offense that they played in that game. But yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, I guess I love that TCU's hot right now. Would you say that Kansas is more battle tested than TCU?
Probably a little bit, not by much. A little bit for sure, though.
I just feel like Kansas has
TCU's 4-0. Kansas is 5-0 too, so they also have a game advantage.
I guess what I'm saying is I think Kansas has played in tougher games, not tougher opponents, but they seem more mature. This year's team seems more mature and experienced than TCU. TCU just popped off. And
this is so Kansas beat West Virginia last week, right? And then TCU beat Oklahoma. Who's better, who's better, West Virginia or Oklahoma right now?
Oh, no doubt Oklahoma.
It's definitely Oklahoma. I guess
what I'm saying is I'm saying as a whole.
Well, you know how the ACC has been the 6-6 conference, like every team just kind of wins games here and there, and it's kind of just flatline. That's how I feel like the Big 12 is this year. And they got 1 or 2 teams that stand out. That's kind of how I feel about it.
I'll name the games to you for TCU, and this is what I mean. Jeffrey Dahmer. Bro. He said Jeffrey Dahmer, next head coach for Auburn. Oh, that's nice. Okay.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of
first game of the year. First game of the year for TCU. They played Colorado. They won 38-13. Then they played Tarleton State with a T. State. Yeah. No, Tarleton, not Charleston.
Tarleton. Oh, yeah, Tarleton.
Really is. Yeah, and 59-17. Then they played SMU and won 42-34. Then play Oklahoma, blow out Oklahoma. So
who was 32-34?
42-34 against SMU.
Oh, okay.
So it's like for me, it's like, okay, hey, that Kansas game is good, but the other games, not saying they're terrible, but
yeah.
And I think watching Kansas, not only did they beat West Virginia, they beat Houston, who always has a decent program, not the greatest, especially this year, but they're decent. And then they beat Duke, which Duke is supposed to have a decent team. So I guess I'll say I do think Kansas, their schedule so far has been a little tougher, but not by much. West Virginia is not
Not
the
by much
greatest.
at
Houston
all.
the greatest in Duke, and then they beat
Yeah.
Iowa State this last week. That's right.
Yeah.
To put them out of the top 25. So
Yeah. And see, Iowa State, that is a kind of a good win. As far as
it
the Big
is.
12
Yeah.
goes, that's a good win.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll shut up.
What's your pick? Go ahead. Give
I'm
it to
gonna,
me.
I'm gonna go with I gotta go Kansas.
Oh boy. I'm gonna take TCU, man.
Okay.
Like I said, I mean, I don't know if it's just because I watched that Oklahoma game. Maybe I took too much away from it, but I think they're a little bit more dynamic. I think they have more talent than Kansas, even though they don't have much talent. It's definitely more than Kansas. But like I said, I like how Kansas is playing. I like how TCU is playing. This is going to be a really good game, but I do like TCU in this one.
Okay, we'll move on. Next game, number 8 in the nation, Tennessee versus number 25, LSU.
Yeah.
Wait, somebody put Sir UGA in timeout? Guys, tell me who put Sir UGA in.
Who did it? I'll tell you right now.
Do we have to make Sir UGA?
He's not in timeout. He's not in timeout.
He said he was. Said he was. But anyways,
anyway.
All right, you tell me what you think, sir. Just think about that game.
Well, let's kind of try to really think about this. What's the strengths of LSU been so far this year?
LSU has been inconsistent, even though they have a lot of talent. And when I mean inconsistent, guys, I don't even mean game to game. I mean quarter to quarter. Like
that's still.
I'm just saying, bro. Like they struggle, but then all of a sudden they come out and punch you in the mouth. You just said Auburn was up 17-0. And all of a sudden, boom, LSU comes back. Like LSU playing terrible, and all of a sudden put it together, and then boom, there they are. Like I don't know. Anyways, well, CJ, I thought Lou was going on at 10, so that's why we were going to do this till 10. So I apologize to you, CJ. I'm very sorry. Very, very sorry.
Hurt feelings, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Nah, that's no disrespect, though.
You were talking about the LSU, yes. Tennessee, though. Tennessee ain't gonna be up 17-0 and let you come back. They're gonna keep going. And then they're gonna keep going.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you watched the Florida game. They should have kept going, but they didn't. But
do you think that was their lesson learned, though?
I think that game in particular was just more important to them to win, so they played conservative at the end. I don't think that's in their nature to play like that. Okay. So, yeah, I agree.
Okay. No, that's actually a really good point. Yeah. We got up. Let's not lose this game. They turned into – no, that makes a lot of sense.
That was a good win for his job and just for the program in general. I mean, that win was very important for Heupel. But, yeah, so as far as this game goes, so, look, LSU has a pretty good D-line.
Yeah.
I sit at this desk, and
my bad,
for some
bro.
reason she cries.
You say, no, I can't hear. You talking about Callie? I can't hear.
Well, I can't, and it throws my damn brain off. Anyway.
Oh.
So LSU's D-line is really good this year, like as expected. Jaden Daniels, he's fast. Not the best passer, but he can pass the ball.
Hey.
LSU does have problems. And like you said, very inconsistent. So to me,
you wanna hear problems real quick? Can I tell you the stats of last week's game?
Yeah, please do. Please.
You want to hear how weird this is, dude? I just got off the phone with my brother earlier today about this. Auburn's quarterback, 19 of 38, 337 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Oof.
Okay. Now rushing, they had almost.
That's only his second game starting, by the way.
There you go. Okay.
Their quarterback.
Right. So you had almost 440 yards total offense. Now let's go to LSU. Jaden Daniels, 8 of 20, 80 yards passing, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
How many rushing though? That's where the yards come from, is the rushing.
16 carries for 59.
Ooh, see, that ain't good. That ain't that good.
Like, it'd be different. Yeah, it'd be different if it was over 100.
Yeah.
And you had a balanced game.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, LSU's just not they're just not balanced. They're the opposite of a balanced team right now. And
Yeah.
it's just what the roster is. It's not like a knock against Brian Kelly. It's not a knock against LSU, the scheme, anything like that. They're just not balanced. What I will say is watching LSU, kind of like when I watched, Jalen Milroe, I think, yeah, that's Anthony Richardson in his early stages. He's fast. He can't throw the ball yet because he needs development, blah, blah, blah. When I watch LSU with Brian Kelly there, it reminds me of when Ian Book was there at Notre Dame. Because Ian Book ran around a lot, just like Jaden Daniels, ran around a lot, got some yards, but could never really throw the ball. So let's say Jaden Daniels stays another year. That's how I see that offense running. Is Ian Book at Notre Dame under Brian Kelly? That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's at LSU at home. Tennessee gets this game at noon instead of at night. If you get LSU at night, it's always a problem. So they luck out there as well. I don't know, man. Tennessee's. I swear I'm leaning in this game.
I'm going towards Tennessee, and I'll say this before I'm going to pick Tennessee, but
yeah,
I want to say this as well. It is in Death Valley. It's not a night game, but still to be in Death Valley, it's LSU, bro. These people will stay up the whole night before drinking and partying.
Oh yeah,
just to get out there at 10 o'clock in the morning. Like they don't care, bro. They'll fill that stadium. And since LSU had that comeback win against Auburn, the hype's been real this whole week. The hype has been real. You're playing a number 8 team in the nation all week. You've heard, bro, LSU's going to be pumped up. And it's not going to take but 1 or 2 turnovers for that whole stadium to erupt. But Tennessee, you might have 1 or 2 turnovers, but they'll put up 25 points in a quarter.
That's where you get into momentum, though. I mean, what if Tennessee loses the coin toss? They receive and they start scoring automatically. And it's just boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
And against LSU's defense, like you said, Auburn threw for 330 on them. Auburn don't even have a good quarterback. And then you got Hendon Hooker in there. I mean, come on.
I know.
Come on now. Yeah, give me Tennessee. The spread's like 2.5, 3 points.
Same.
Tennessee could blow the doors off of them.
I'm going to go Tennessee over LSU.
Yeah.
Arkansas versus Mississippi State. This one, I'm not going to say too much about it. I know Arkansas has struggled. I'm going to pick Arkansas to beat Mississippi State.
Yeah, I am too. Mississippi State beats A&M last week, 42-24, I think. Pretty much blow them out. Mississippi State hasn't shown too much this year. Last week was really the only week that they played a decent opponent and actually had good results. So I don't think it's very sustainable from what I've seen. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Arkansas. I think losing to Alabama, they're going to be wanting to come back, especially with Sam Pittman coaching that team. So, yeah, I'm going to take Arkansas.
And we've talked about this too, real quick. They're the more overall team, more complete team.
Facts, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, this one, Michigan man, are you out there? Michigan man, please stand up. Michigan versus Indiana, 12 o'clock game. Oh man.
Oh boy. Honestly, this point spread is 21.5, bro.
Oh, I think Indiana's gonna beat Michigan by 30. I'm just kidding. Nah, dog. I'm gonna say it real quick. I think Michigan gonna beat Indiana. That's about it.
I do too.
I'll move on from that one.
Hey, do you want to know who's number one? I think this is correct. Number one defense in the country as far as points allowed.
Are you gonna say what they said the other day? Is it JMU?
No, it's not. They're second.
Who this then?
They're in the Big Ten.
Big Ten. But they ain't played nobody.
Well, Lou said it on the morning show this morning. So
I didn't hear it.
That's how I know. But I knew it was close, but I didn't know it was
without reading the chat. Without reading the chat, let me look at the chat.
There you go, Nate. Yeah,
Illinois.
Nate got it. Yeah,
there you go. I'm gonna guess Illinois.
Yeah, because Nate heard it. Yeah, it's Illinois.
That's crazy, bro.
Hey, Illinois is on fire, bro. Straight up.
That's crazy.
Brad Bielema, bro. I mean, he's on
now
fire,
look,
bro.
you will hear me say this, okay, guys. You'll hear me say this. Appreciate you, Kobe. Kobe hit us up with a PayPal. He's got a message to go with it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the show, but I have to ask: Tennessee fans are delusional. Jimbo is a B, and FISHEN gave me a bracelet that doesn't work. What is new? Okay.
Bro, the bracelet don't work, man. Come on now. Maybe it's because you don't never wear it. That's why.
Yeah, you got to wear it, bro.
You got to
If
wear
you
it for
need
it to
to,
work,
put
man.
tape over it, Kobe, where people can't see it. Put tape over it.
Yeah, come on now. I love Kobe, bro.
Appreciate you, Kobe. To be honest, dude, I'll be really honest with you, bro. Me and FISHEN were talking about upgrading the premium for this for StreamYard. So that's what we're gonna do. With Kobe's PayPal, how about that? We'll use that to upgrade. That'll get us a few months of premium.
Hey, see, bro. Yeah,
So
Kobe's the man, bro.
Appreciate you on that, Kobe. Anybody else? If you
do it
guys want
regardless.
Yeah,
Donation
facts.
or not.
But anybody, if y'all want to support the show, just know it's going to go right back into YouTube for us. I mean, that's how it's always been, especially since we've started this. So, yeah, if you guys want to do that, my PayPal just posted it again. So appreciate you guys. But okay, True Seminole, bro. Whoa, True. Come on, bro.
What is that? What is that?
All right, I'm choosing Michigan. FISHEN is used. FISHEN is Michigan. FISHEN is picking Michigan.
What?
I'm gonna skip that game.
What the hell?
Oh, Texas Tech versus Oklahoma State.
Yeah, give me Oklahoma State to roll, bro.
Well,
hold on. Let me ask you just quick question. Would you pick Michigan over Indiana at 21.5 points? That's over that's over 3 touchdowns. And Indiana won last week.
Okay. I'm actually going to Michigan's schedule. Michigan played Iowa and beat them by 14. Michigan let Iowa score 14 points. What did people dog Iowa for the first couple of weeks of this college football season?
Not scoring points.
So unless Michigan just puts it all together, Michigan beat Maryland 34-7. So unless they just put it all together.
That ain't true. 27. 34-27.
That's what I said, 34-7.
Yeah.
34-27. Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
So I don't want to, but you know what, guys, and y'all gonna hate me for saying this. Whenever anybody says the lines that come out, whatever the lines are, I know this isn't true, but this isn't true. I'll say this. I know dang well, bro. Somebody knows something. I don't know if it's a time traveler. I don't know if they pay some little bald old lady, bald-headed old lady to rub on a crystal ball and tell us what's going on. But every time this happens, like, okay, Alabama versus Arkansas, they chose that line. And everybody's like, oh, man, you're crazy. That's not going to happen.
I was one of them. I
thought the same thing. And then Bama goes in and blows it up. And I'm like, the only time that they ever mess up on the lines is when the line is too big.
Listen, Vegas knows if you slept 5 hours last night or 8 hours last night.
Facts.
They know everything. And of course, I'm being dramatic, but no, seriously, they know everything. If you don't think that all this money that goes into betting and everything like that there's not inside information being leaked into Vegas and how they pick these games, I mean, you're insane. I mean,
I know.
Why do you think these games are so hard to pick? I mean, it's hard to bet on college football and win because of the fact that they know more than you do. It just is what it is on every single game that there is listed.
Kobe, you ain't got to do that, bro. Kobe just sent us. He said, "Here's for another couple of months."
Kobe,
appreciate you, bro.
You ain't got to do that, bro.
So, hey, somebody, y'all stop letting Kobe be the only one. Somebody else, send me $1. All right, no, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Don't do that. But nah, dude, I agree completely. So I'm gonna go with Michigan in that game. No, I just don't think it'll be by 21.
So you would okay? You take Indiana in the points. Okay,
yeah,
interesting.
This next one, lose your money on Saturday and win it back on Sunday. Auburn versus
or
Georgia.
Lose it on Saturday and lose it on Sunday, and then you broke.
There you go. Auburn versus Georgia. Can you tell me, sir? What do you have? No, CJ, you good, bro. I was kidding. What do you? What's the line for Auburn versus Georgia?
Last I checked, it was 20. I think it's 30 now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 30.
For me, just because of what that line is, I'm going to say that Georgia does come out this game and blow it off the roof just because you've played 2 weeks in a row. What Kirby hates it when the media is like, oh, Georgia's the greatest. Their defense is he hates that crap, bro. He's like, oh, it's rat poison. Saban says the same thing. So it's like, I know when Kirby went into halftime, we were down 16-6 against Missouri. I know he was like, yes. Now let's see how this team does when they're down.
Well, I can guarantee you he wasn't saying yes.
I bet in his mind he was like,
I know what you mean, though.
Yeah, in his mind, I know
he was like, all right, let's see what this team's really about. And how
exactly.
We got leaders on this team.
Are they going to fold? Are they going to fold on the road in a crazy atmosphere?
Yeah, facts.
But anyways, I'm going to go with Georgia, and I'm going to go with the points on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Auburn in the points just because it's so many. I mean, y'all beat, what was it, Sanford, 33-0.
Yeah.
So it depends. So I'll make this quick. If y'all blow them out in the first half, you're gonna put all your backups in, and you won't score as much points. So that's what I'm banking on. That's what I'm hoping, and I'll take Auburn to cover the 30. Yeah, that's why I take that bet. Yeah,
it would make me really happy though. If we put in all of our backups and they were able to hold him or hold Auburn.
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what you want.
And just because of how we've struggled lately. So it would be one of those where it's like, okay, good. We're starting to build back up. And we know college football, bro. It don't matter if you start off hot on the year. It's finishing hot. So
you're bringing up some good points. And I wish we had, technically we have all the time in the world, but yeah, no.
Yeah, I see what you're saying because they've already started.
Yeah. Well, so what I was gonna say is it kind of. I mean, even if you lose a game in the season, because I was listening to other stuff today, and I was thinking this, and I was like, well, all teams peak at a certain point, right? So if you peak in the middle of the season or the end of the season or 3/4 of the way, whatever, it depends when you peak. But peaking at the right time, if you have a team. And I'm just going to make a hot take real quick. I think Ohio State is probably going to peak at the right time this season, but
agreed.
But yeah, I mean, it's about peaking at the right time. I mean, Ohio State could have, the close getting a game against Notre Dame and blah 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 and whatever. But if they peak, and anyway, you get what I'm saying. I think just peaking at the right time is very important because obviously you don't start the year off that way.
I want to add to it. Do you believe, and I know it has a lot to do with roster and coaching, I get that, but it's not just about peaking at the right time, but sustaining your peak level.
Well, that's the thing. If you peak mid-season and then you kind of go back to consistency level where you're like just consistently good, your peak level is not going to be what you end up in the playoffs at or just wherever you end up. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
So,
agreed. And what we've seen some teams have a very short peak. Marshall beating Notre Dame. You know what I mean?
Right.
TCU. What is their peak? Yes, dude.
And see, in that case, that's a low peak. I mean, that's at your worst. So you get better, and then so things aren't really as bad as you think they are. That's kind of the thing. You know what I'm saying? So
what we'll say, comment section. The way I want you to view this, look at it like a heartbeat, and instead of it going up and down the whole time, it's almost like a chart. And some teams, like your Marshalls, your TCU versus Oklahoma, your Kansas, those
your
guys,
App State,
it's slow. App State. Yeah, App State up, back down, because App State ended up losing in a few weeks. And it's like Bella Danger. I don't know who that is. True Seminole. I probably shouldn't have said that name, but I don't trust True, bro.
That sounds like a female actress to me.
Yes, it does. Stop.
Female actress.
All right, here we go. Next game, Utah versus UCLA. True Seminole, delete that comment, please. Utah versus UCLA. This is a tough one. UCLA plays really strong. They just beat Washington. And then you got Utah, who has been playing strong. I think I got to go with Utah, bro.
Hey, if you think this is a tough game to pick the spread. Utah is a 4.5 point favorite.
Bro, is it at Utah?
I don't think so.
No, it's at UCLA. Okay.
It's
Oh
at
wow. So
UCLA.
that
Is that
makes
the
it.
Rose Bowl? This is I was doing my picks for the Nate's whatever pick 'em or whatever. This was probably the hardest one for me to pick.
True Seminole. I'm being for real. Delete that one comment, bro. Because I know I got some of my kids that are gonna jump on here, bro.
Well, shit, I just time is out. I'll time out, bro.
No, don't time them out.
I'm gonna
That's
time
true.
Drew Seminole out, bro.
Don't time them out, bro.
Because he talked about my Gators, bro.
Oh.
No, I'm just playing.
All right, here we go. You said keep going though. You were talking about the spread being 4.5.
Yeah, the spread's 4.5 in Utah's favor at UCLA. Utah has been covering spreads left and right. My dog just farted. That's nice.
Smell it.
Yeah, I will in a minute.
Maybe.
But UCLA had a really good win last week against Washington, and this might blow your mind a little bit. Do you know who was the leader in passing yards this season in quarterbacks?
Who is at the top like right now?
The number one.
Out of power and group of five, or just power
Everything.
five?
Everything.
Man, I want to say it's Drake May, but I feel like he's at least
Drake
top
May is
5.
up there, but no.
Give me a few guesses.
You're not gonna know this.
Wow,
and it's actually
we actually looked at it the other day.
Freaking amazing to me.
You could tell me, but I know we looked at it the other day.
So let me put it this way: Will Rogers is number 3 with 1,715 yards. Tanner Mordecai at SMU is number 4. All these other quarterbacks I don't know. Drake May is number 7.
Okay.
Other than that, Stetson Bennett is number 11 with 1,536 yards.
How you got 1,500 yards passing with 5 touchdowns?
Yeah,
bro, this man,
I'm saying, bro, because look,
field is 100 yards long. This man has 1 touchdown for 2.5 football fields worth of passing yards. Golly.
That's freaking hilarious, dude. So yeah, bro, I wish I could show you this. I mean, I'm going down the list, and it's like, let's see, 16, 12, 19, 12, 17, 14, 19, 10, 10, 12. Then it goes 5. Stetson Bennett.
I get it because our offense is based on, being explosive from the screen game. So a lot of these quarterbacks, their yards are from over the top passes, which usually turn into touchdowns. His are from your Brock Bowers, your Lad McConkey.
I don't know, man.
I'm
after that Oregon game and the second game of the year, I was high on Stetson. I was thinking, like, man, maybe he's really elevated himself. I don't know no more.
No, I agree, dude.
I don't know.
Fan, I want to see it against Auburn. And
it's not just because I'm looking at the numbers either. It's just how he plays, and you produce all these yards, but at the same time, I mean, their passes over the flat. I mean, they're a wide open. 90% of the time they're wide open.
Did you see what the defensive lineman said about Georgia from Auburn, or the Auburn defensive line? You saw what he said? He was like, if Georgia continues that, like if they play the way they did against Missouri, he said, I could see our defensive line demolishing them in some of their third down packages.
Well, Auburn's defensive line is the best part of their whole team, so they better hope they can at least compete, which they won't. But yeah.
Facts.
Other than that, on this list, I mean, there's not many other people. I mean, Will Levis is 22. Yeah. Anyway, so. Yeah, number 1 is Michael Penix at Washington, which is why I brought that up, because we were talking about UCLA and
beating Washington.
Okay. Yeah, right. So, yeah, Michael Penix, number 1 in passing yards. That's kind of crazy, man. He came from Indiana. He did good at Indiana. He pretty much carried that whole team, and Indiana is shit now, and it's probably because he left.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick UCLA to win the game, Utah to beat UCLA. But before I do, I'm going to the Washington UCLA game. Penix had 345 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, threw the ball 48 times.
Let's do some quick arithmetic.
Hit me with it.
Oh shit! I brought up the wrong thing. Here we go. Dead air coming. All right, so week 5, right? Times
Yeah.
5. All right, so that's his average every single game this year, 340.
Oh, okay. Now, I
That's
know
his average every
340
game.
is good, but
It's
they
great.
throw the ball 48 to 55 times a game. We've seen quarterbacks who throw the ball 15 to 25 times
Yeah,
a
like a
game.
Will Rogers.
Yeah. Will Rogers, perfect
Will
example.
Rogers is number 3, right?
And it's like you have guys that throw the ball 50 times a game. You're expected to have 3 to 350. Now, to do it, it's
Absolutely.
still tough. Still tough to do it. But when you see a quarterback that goes 16 to 19 for 300 yards, you're like, whoa. Like, that's a lot more yards per catch. But anyways,
Mhm.
like you said, this week there are some sleeper ones. There's some good ones, but then there's some like kind of okay ones. This one is not an
Yeah.
okay one, but I want to pick it. Okay.
Okay.
Ohio State versus Michigan. I'm gonna go Ohio State, but I want to know the spread. I definitely want you to know.
You said Michigan State, right?
Yes.
Michigan State, yeah.
While he's looking that up, guys, the next game we're going to preview is going to be South Carolina versus Kentucky, which is kind of a decent game. True Seminole, that is facts. We talk every single night. And then after that, we're going to view the Florida State versus NC State game. So, yeah. But right now, we're on the Ohio State, Michigan. We're looking for
I love how you just glossed over the Florida Missouri game, though.
I'll be honest, bro. Look, I'm on this, so I just read all the games that are on it.
Now, you got to get that app. You got to get that college football app, or just go to ESPN. Yeah, just go to ESPN and do the schedule. That's what I do.
Got you. Okay. Colby, that is not a bad idea, sir. It's not a bad idea at all. Ask True Seminole if he wants to. Because I know.
Why do y'all do stuff when I'm working, bro?
I mean, hey,
y'all discriminate against me.
Switch.
Y'all discriminate against me just because I work. It's not fair, man. It's not fair.
You better have this on your headphones. True Seminole, call out. It's not too late. Kobe, he okay. He okay. He's a Florida State fan, bro. But
he ain't never okay.
What's the line for State? Man?
I'm looking it up now. I'm pretty sure it's 17.5, but let me make sure.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, I took Ohio State all day.
I want to take them. I know Ohio State had struggled. Not crazy, but we've seen games where they've struggled at the beginning, but then they've put it away. I think the Wisconsin game was a big one, but then they end up putting it away. So it's one of those where
Wisconsin lost to Washington State. Michigan State lost to Washington. Both Washington teams have beat Big Ten teams.
So you telling me
this season so far?
The state of Washington is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Kind of like how Arkansas did to Texas last year. Texas and Texas A&M. They pretty much just roped them all. Yeah, bro.
All right.
Pretty much.
Taking Ohio State
on a roll.
Taking Ohio State in the points.
Let me find this game. Hold on.
I need to move. Okay.
Ooh.
What?
I don't know how I feel about that. 27 points, man.
Oh, that's the line?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Michigan State hasn't.
I don't like that.
Michigan State hadn't helped themselves out lately, so.
Well, Michigan State has one of the best. No, Michigan State has one of the worst secondaries in the Big Ten, if not the worst. And Ohio State has the best passing game in the Big Ten. So obviously that's where that line comes from, and that's where they're going to succeed in this game. But 27 points, that's a lot.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we're giving Georgia 30 points. So, I mean, what are we really doing here? You know what I mean? So let's compare. I know that's kind of weird.
I know. It's an odd one. I think you said 27.
God damn it. You want to post the link real quick? I gotta let this dog out.
Yeah.
I'll be quick, but let's post the link. Have somebody come on.
Honestly, I mean, I got you. Go for it. Go do your thing.
She's sitting here farting, and
I'm saying, go for it. Like you can take her out.
All right.
Somebody said that her fart smelled like Jeff Webster's basement. Somebody said that earlier, bro.
Right.
Go for it. You go do your thing.
Yeah, 5 minutes minimum.
All right. So, guys, like we were saying about the whole, honestly, just the whole Ohio State Michigan game. I want to take. What's up, Jonathan? Hey, appreciate you coming on, big dog. So I want to take the whole deal with like, I want to take the points for Ohio State, and I think I'm going to. I'm going to take it. I'm taking Ohio State in the plus 27 or minus 27 or plus minus whatever it is. Next one that I'm going to, and I want y'all to tell me your opinion on this. You got South Carolina versus Kentucky. This is a tough game because Kentucky is 4-1, just coming off of a loss. I believe just coming off of a loss to, yes, Ole Miss. Great game played. Ole Miss shot themselves in the foot. Ole Miss has missed 3 out of the last 5 field goals in the last 2 meetings at Ole Miss Stadium. So struggling a little bit. No, it's all good, Jonathan. I appreciate you, dude. Is it Sir UJ? I heard not fried gator. I've heard grilled gator was actually good. Like gator nuggets were really good. But all right, so I'm gonna tell you guys this. Kentucky versus South Carolina. South Carolina coming off of a 50-10 win over South Carolina State. There were certain times where South Carolina struggled against South Carolina State. But since that Georgia game, South Carolina's been able to build up some momentum, been able to build up a little bit of hype. I don't know what they're going to do in this game, but I know for sure one thing, they're going to pass the ball, dude. They're going to pass the heck out of the ball. Kentucky, going against a run-heavy team in Ole Miss, they kept it close. And so I don't understand Kentucky's, their team fully, but they have yet to play a pass-happy team. I mean, even when they played Florida, AR-15 was not throwing the ball all over the yard, and they won 26-16. Kentucky is a smash mouth football team that beat Northern Illinois 31-23. Okay, so I guess what I'm saying is, I think Kentucky is good, but I think they are a ground and pound team. Yes, Will Levis has played good, but he makes the throws he's supposed to make. He's not throwing the ball 40 or 45 times a game. So my point being said, if South Carolina comes out and they start putting things together and Spencer Rattler kind of shows off the 5-star that he is, then I easily believe that South Carolina will make this a ball game. Just another thing. Will Levis had 300 yards against Northern Illinois, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Smoke, the running back for Kentucky, 85 yards rushing, right? All that being said, they beat Northern Illinois 31-23. So the defense, they might be decent, but they're not where it's at. All right, here we go. Northern Illinois, their stats. 13-25 passing, 196 yards, 1 touchdown. Like, baby stats, bro. Literally, not great stats at all, but still were able to make it a close game against Kentucky. Do I think that Kentucky might have had a hiccup game? Yes. Just like Georgia had a hiccup game. But, then they turn around and play Ole Miss very well. I just, and I actually need to look up Ole Miss's stats. That's what I'm going to look up. Jackson Dart, 15-29. He only had 213 yards passing, no touchdowns and an interception. Luckily, Ole Miss has 2 great running backs. One of them went for 106 yards and a touchdown. So, Zach Evans actually had a touchdown. He just didn't have a whole lot of rushing yards. Basically, what I was saying, this Kentucky-South Carolina game, Kentucky, even when playing like Northern Illinois, they beat Northern Illinois 31-23. Okay. Now, it was a hiccup game, yes. But the quarterback, Levis, he had 303, 304 yards, right? 3 touchdowns passing, no interceptions. Smoke, the running back, 85 yards rushing. You won by 8 points. So for me, Kentucky has played well against teams.
Against who?
Northern Illinois.
What week was that?
This was the week. This was last week, the week before Ole Miss.
Right. So I get that. Wait, hold on.
Look, and what I was saying is to add to that.
Is that week
I'm
3
not
or week
saying
4?
That was week 4. Are we coming up on week 5?
We're coming on week 6.
Okay, that was week 4. Yes.
Week 4.
And so the thing
Okay, yeah,
is,
you're right. Okay, yeah. So, hold on. I'm actually confused myself on this.
no, you're good.
My whole point is
go
Chris Rodriguez came back for Kentucky after the Florida game. He didn't play in the Florida game, and they still won. But he came back after the Florida game. I think it was against Ole Miss, actually. And that's when he I mean, he pretty much came alive. I mean, he came back like he never left. I mean, he was definitely a key piece in that offense of Kentucky that was missing because the running game was not existent, basically.
Agreed. And this was my point. Ole Miss, Florida, a lot of these teams that they've played and they've beaten that have been good games, they have yet to play a pass-happy team. Florida, when they played against Florida, like I'm looking at it, Richardson was 14 of 35, 143 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, 2 interceptions, no touchdowns. And it's like Levis had 200 yards passing. Well, you had rushing. You had almost 130 yards, rushing as a team. And Kentucky only won 26-16. So my thing is to win by 10 points after playing a team that had no passing touchdowns, and it was probably Anthony Richardson's worst game of the season, and then you turn around and you play Northern Illinois, non-passing team. Like, you play Ole Miss. Ole Miss is not a passing team. Now, this year, they're a running team because they have 2 beasts at the running back position. Their quarterback does what he needs to do. And so he had 213 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. And their running game won the game for him, 22-19. We are going to see Kentucky's secondary get tested against South Carolina. We're going to see
Kentucky's defense is probably the best part of their team.
Their front 7 is the best part of their team.
Yeah, and they got good linebackers.
Yes.
Man.
East Coast, I'm gonna make it a point, bro. Even if it's for just a few minutes, because I usually train. I usually train on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, I was about to tell him about that East Coast. I wasn't going to tell him on the show, but I was going to tell him.
Yeah, dude.
No, see, so here's the thing, though. Chris Rodriguez is the 3rd leading running back, and he's missed 4 games this season. He just returned in the 5th. He had his first game.
I know.
Last week, and he's the 3rd best rusher.
He's definitely that guy.
I mean, Cavassier Smoke is well ahead, but at the same time, I mean, it's just because Chris Rodriguez haven't played. I mean, that's their leading running back, and so. Dude, Kentucky is a way more different team offensively with Chris Rodriguez. I mean, they just are.
And I don't doubt that. For me, I think the offense is going to be they're going to be a lot stronger. I'm curious to see how the defense does. I'm very curious.
And not only that, I mean, I watched that game. I mean, he was not only running the ball for like 8 yards a carry at sometimes, he was catching the ball to the backfield too.
Oh, I agreed. I watched that game too.
He's literally a problem.
That was a physical game.
And he's just like a super senior. So like, I mean, this man has everything on the line. I mean, he's going to give it his all against every team. So that's why, you got Will Levis and Chris Rodriguez. I mean, they're going to be a pretty dangerous offense for a lot of teams on this schedule for Kentucky.
Agree completely. Agreed.
Wide receivers is probably the weak point, and safeties.
I'm gonna choose Kentucky to win this game. Yeah, definitely gonna choose Kentucky to win this game.
You think so?
Oh wow! So 2 hours ago there was a report. Will Levis.
Will Levis isn't playing, bro.
Well, it just says the most recent report, he has not been ruled out yet. Mark Stoops said it.
He's
He said he's mostly
probably, from what I've heard, he's not playing.
And that could be the case. He could be bull crapping right now, but he said Mark Stoops said that he's mostly healthy, and if it's Thursday, you got tomorrow,
Let's pull another Tua. Throw him in there. No, I'm just playing.
And think about it too. This is a 7:30 p.m. game.
Yeah, it was a thumb injury or something like that, so it's not.
Well, what I'm saying is that gives him tomorrow all day, and then the following day, because it's at 7:30. So he's got a good bit of time instead of it being a 12 o'clock game. I know that's not a whole lot of time, but it's enough time for another recovery day, another like ice and.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget who they're playing either. Though. I mean, it's South Carolina.
Facts. Jonathan Hurst says Max Johnson out for A&M, broken hand, probably out for the season. What now? Tell me this. Wasn't the backup quarterback doing better?
We were talking about Vegas. Jonathan, if that's correct, that is why the Vegas line for Alabama A&M is that large. If that is correct, that is exactly why. That is exactly why.
That's crazy. I didn't think about that. You called it. You called it. You did say that Vegas knows. Yeah.
Haynes King is doo-doo. So if that's the case, then yes. Yes, correct.
I'll shut up. We'll go ahead and move on. You tell me, sir. Tell me, sir. Are you ready to tell me? Are you ready?
I can tell you some things. I can tell you some other things too.
So first off, tell me, we both choose Kentucky to win?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next, I want you to tell me. Tell me
what's really going on.
We're going to go with the only two college football teams in the state of Florida, Florida and Florida State. We'll talk about those games. Florida State first, and then we'll talk about Florida for fishing in Florida, Florida Fishing, FNF, CEO, Enterprise.
Yeah.
But yeah. Florida State versus North Carolina State. North Carolina State, number 14 in the nation. Florida State comes from being ranked last week to now unranked. Please tell me, sir, your thoughts on this game.
This is a difficult one, just like I said about the Kansas and TCU one. I mean, this is probably the second most difficult one. You're trying to look at both teams and see how they match up, right? I mean, Devin Leary, Jordan Travis, FSU's D-line's not that bad. North Carolina's rush game isn't that great. I mean, FSU should win this game on paper, but I just don't feel like that they'll be able to pull it off. Their defense is slowly crumbling and getting worse somehow. Man, this is a tough one.
For me, North Carolina State comes off of, and just like Wake Forest did.
That's a good point too. Yeah,
they come off that emotional loss to Clemson, and it may not be emotional. They may not have no emotions, but you just lost to Clemson after talking all that crap. First time you were 4-0 in a long time.
Yep.
What were you about to say?
No, go ahead. No, finish up. But I just wanted to say no.
I'm just saying that I think North Carolina State, feeling all that momentum and really believing they were going to beat Clemson, to lose to Clemson, it's tough for them because they're like, I feel like they were putting that was their whole season. Florida State fans understand progression. They understand, hey, look, we just wanted to go 8-4 this season. That's fine. Oh, right. We lost to Wake Forest. That's fine. We lose to North Carolina State. We lose to Clemson. But I think for Florida State, it's like, yeah, we lost to Wake Forest, but we might be able to beat these dudes. We might actually, be able to beat. The tough thing is though, it's at North Carolina State.
Yeah. Well, and so the point I wanted to make was, because you were talking about like letdowns, having a big game and everything. Wake Forest had a big game against Clemson, and then they turned around and just took a dump on FSU.
Yeah.
So now FSU has to not only take a loss, it's kind of the opposite scenario, right? Well, actually, it's kind of the same. I mean, Wake Forest loses to Clemson, right? Then they go to FSU, and then they just pretty much take a dump on them. FSU loses to who did they lose to?
Wake Forest.
Right. Yeah, so they lose to Wake Forest, and now they're going to NC State. So now are they going to just get a big win just like Wake Forest did? I mean, we'll see. But this is what this really is to me is a team mindset type of thing. Obviously, FSU can win the game, but are they going to go in there with the winning mindset and actually pull it off? Because NC State is a good team, and as far as talent goes, they're probably just about equal. FSU probably has a little more, but other than that, I mean, it's not a big gap. I mean, these are very equal teams.
The last thing I'll say is Florida State, and yeah, fans may hear this and they may agree with it, but I think Florida State, the coaching staff, they want to win this game. Yes.
Of course they do.
And I think they don't mind going in and just playing a good game. I think it will make them happy to have the roster they have, the lack of depth that they have, to go in this game against North Carolina State and just play well. Lose by 10 points. Lose by less than 10 points.
Now, I guarantee you that's not what their mindset is going into this game.
I'm not saying they don't.
They want to be in the ACC championship, and if they lose this game, this is going to hurt them.
Agreed. And I'm not saying they don't want to win it, but if they lose this game, their season in their mind, it's not over. In their mind, it's like, I feel like Florida State fans are looking at it. They have a chance at only losing 3 games this season. And they did not think that. Nobody thought that going into the beginning of the season.
I mean, well, we all know that they're going to lose to Florida at the end of the year. So that's number 3. So it just depends where the second loss comes from.
I see what you're saying. No, that's a very good point. Very, very good point. So what I'm going to do is it's at North Carolina State. I'm going to pick North Carolina State, but only because it's at home. To me, this is a pick 'em. And because it's at North Carolina State, the whole plus 3.5 or whatever it is, I'm going to go North Carolina State. If Florida State wins, I will not be surprised, and I will come on here and brag about them.
You know, there's some games that I try not to pick the favorite in, even though I think they'll win. I'm gonna go Florida State in this game.
Florida State.
As much as I just talk down about this whole matchup, I'm gonna go Florida State. I gotta be a little bit imbalanced, and I gotta think about. I gotta go with my gut sometimes.
Okay, Florida State fan confirmed. Yeah, I like it.
True Seminole, shut up. You shut up, bro. You shut up. You think it's funny that I'm picking your team, bro? What's wrong with you?
I didn't think about that.
You should be happy about that, bro.
He said Tennessee. I didn't even think about that, big dog. He said Tennessee versus LSU. Tennessee has the 128th ranked pass defense. Well, Jonathan, I'll be honest, LSU probably got the 128th ranked pass offense. Bro, Jaden Daniels had 80 yards passing last week.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, this is a very interesting matchup. Both defenses are dog doo-doo.
Yes.
And then you have one offense that's clicking on all cylinders, and the other one where you have a gimmicky run quarterback that throws sometimes. So you tell me who's going to win. You tell me.
Okay. Hit me with it. I need to hear about this Florida game.
Punting will be the best asset to this game.
Okay. Good deal.
No, I'm just trolling you. Nah.
What's up, SO?
Yeah, what's up, bro? Nah, I mean, look, if Anthony Richardson has a decent game, 250 yards, we run for about 150. We'll win this game pretty easily. Mizzou is not good. They gave Georgia a fit last week. Maybe Georgia was looking ahead. Maybe Georgia was kind of sleepwalking. Maybe that's completely true. And I actually, in my opinion, I think it is true. Now, Georgia had 2 bad weeks in a row, but that's an offensive problem. But still, Florida doesn't have offensive problems necessarily at this point. So the main thing that Florida needs to do is shut down Missouri's offense. So Florida's defense just needs to play better. Other than that, I mean, I think the offense for Florida can just pretty much run through Missouri. Whether they run the ball or pass the ball, I don't see it being a problem.
That's a good point you made about the Missouri thing as far as like picking up momentum. What I'm curious to see is, does Missouri take that momentum? Because that's not an emotional loss because you didn't think you were going to win that game. They did during the game, but it wasn't like a weak field of, not
Correct.
like Wake Forest versus Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess another thing too, I forgot kind of what I was going to say. Does Missouri does Missouri look at Florida as a statement game? Do you think they look at it as like if they beat Florida, they'll be able to prove to people that they're not as bad as what they think?
I think so. I mean, I think that'll be their mindset. But the problem is, I mean, other than Luther Burden, they don't have anything. That's the problem.
I
Now,
agree. I agree.
now,
They have like Dominic
and this is
Everett or
where,
somebody.
yeah, you
You go
lagged.
ahead.
What'd you say?
I was saying they have another receiver like Dominic Everett. He's like an older guy or something,
Yeah,
but that's it.
yeah, but really, if you're Mizzou, you're banking on one thing. You're banking on the team to overlook you. You're banking on that team like Georgia, Florida, Tennessee to overlook you, and you can creep up on them. That's what you're really looking for. Other than that, you're playing to your competition, and you're going to just end up where you end up. It just is what it is. This year, at least for Missouri, Missouri has always given Florida fits. The past 5 years, I mean, it's been a problem for Florida. They're like 3-2. Or we're like 3-2 or 2-3 against Missouri. I mean, it's pretty terrible, but that's kind of a mental thing. And like we're talking about, I mean, it's mental sometimes. And I think with the new coaching staff, it won't be that mental. So I think Missouri is a pretty bad team. I think they can get up when they need to get up, but at the same time, they have their ceiling and they've reached it going toe to toe with Georgia, and that's playing a Georgia team that's playing bad. So
Okay, I like it.
yep.
So you tell me,
Tough.
what's your pick, sir? Florida versus
I'm going
Missouri.
Florida. I'm going Florida,
Is
and
it
I'll take
at
the points
Missouri?
too. 10.5 points, 11 points. I'll take the points.
Is it at Missouri?
No, it's Florida.
Oh man, I don't know why it's
Yeah.
only 10.5 then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got the overreactors out there that look at last week and they think Missouri is going to be, you know. So
Agreed. Now, as a Georgia fan, we would like for Missouri to make it a good game.
hey, yo, look at this man in here. Look at this
What's up,
dude in here.
Hurricane?
Hey, bro. I appreciate that man coming in here. He didn't have to come in here.
Um,
Traveling
so
showed
yeah,
me his channel, so I've been coming over there and watching, giving a little thumbs
was
up in
this
here
the
and
guy
there.
that Kobe had texted us about?
It's the one Traveling texts me about.
Okay. Yeah, I think this one that Kobe sent. Oh no, he didn't take. He sent it in our fantasy league. Was telling us to go check him out.
But the main point is I went there and I liked what I heard, so that's why I subscribed. So
Good deal. Yeah, it's like a food review channel. They talk about like different appetizers and
it was football,
things.
but they changed it to food just mid-season. Now at the end of the season, it'll go back to football, but for right now, it's just food.
Facts.
It's
Bro,
food
count
truck
me in.
reviews.
I'm Southern. Real quick, I don't know if Huff Billy Paul's on here still. This is real random. Huffer Billy Paul sent me a video of some barbecue restaurant, something, and they smoked the whole. It was like a SEC deal where this guy from SEC goes and does these like looks at different restaurants and stuff. Bro, I'm telling you, they smoked the whole pig, and the guy, you would know who he is if I showed you his picture. He's like an analyst or whatever, but he got to taste like 20 something different like pieces of the pig. And so this place has won a lot of awards and stuff like that. So yeah. So anyways, I thought that was really neat. That'd be something that'd be really cool to do with all of y'all. Like us all. Marty, that's who it is. Marty on ESPN. He like Marty. A NASCAR dude. Yeah, he's like real country looking. But I would love, dude, love for all of us to go one day. Our little clique. I think that'd be a cool place to go. But
yeah, I'm down, bro. I'm down.
Okay, I've shut up.
I'm down.
Go ahead. We'll finish this. I know it's 10:24. I'm gonna try to be done in the next few minutes, just because I got some business to attend to.
We got business.
It's a place near. It's near you, fishing. Let's go.
What?
Bro, give me a reason to go see fishing. Let me go, bro.
Huh? What a business?
It's a barbecue place, bro. Tell Callie, we're going to a barbecue place, bro.
She's sleeping. She don't hear you.
Oh man, come on, Callie. But yeah, dog, I think you would like it. I'll have to send you the video, dude.
Yeah, I bet.
You better show us
for real,
Callie?
what you talking about?
You better show us Callie? You gonna show us Callie?
Oh, word. Okay.
Show us Callie. What's
She
our
in trouble,
prediction?
bruh. She in trouble.
Oh,
Come here.
got you.
Come here. I ain't gonna hit you. Come on. Come here.
So Fishin makes his dog work out, guys, and apparently she skipped
She
a
don't
few
work out.
reps.
I hit her. I beat her.
Hey, look at Callie. There you go.
She's like, holy shit, you're petting me. Bro, she threw up. She ate. I don't know if she ate too fast or what, but she threw up all up on the carpet over here. So your boy had to bring out the carpet cleaner.
You had to scrub and scrub and scrub.
Yeah. So it was a great 2 hours of me getting home from work. So
there you go. I like it. Well, good.
I don't like it, but yeah. It's not her fault though, so I can't be mad at her.
Facts. Well, yeah, guys, I just I'll make sure to kind of post a link one day on my community post. That way you guys can see the video that Huff Billy Paul sent me. I thought it was a really well made video, and that's the kind of stuff, dude, that in the future I would love, like 1 or 2 times a year, for me, you, Paul, all of us, dude, to go places like that, and just like I said, 1 or 2 times a year, us go and just make a video like that. CJ said, well, I'm done eating now that you just talked about vomiting. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
I'm going to pick Florida to win that game too as well, and I'm going to take them and the points. By the way, I didn't know if I said that. Yes. Yeah, facts.
Okay.
It's hard for me, hard out here for a pimp, but I had to.
Hey man, I don't have a problem picking Georgia. You should feel okay. You be all right. You be all right, bro. Put your pride to the
side. I'm just kidding. All right. Texas A&M, Bama. I've got to go Bama. I got Jalen Milroe or Jaden Milroe or Jashawn Milroe, Jebediah Milroe, whoever the backup quarterback is. Texas A&M's quarterbacks as a whole are trash. They sold the least amount of cars at their car dealership this past month for Jimbo Fisher.
It's because he was busy with press conferences and other activities.
Facts. Yeah. Off the field, but on the field activities.
Yeah. So, give me Bama by about 350.
I like it. I was thinking
literally, give me Bama by 35, bro.
Okay.
Straight up.
I'm very curious to see how Milroe attacks this game. If Milroe can do his thing as far as just can he be more accurate? How does he look how does he look throwing the ball more? We saw him throw the ball a little bit, but he just had to go in and maintain the game. He ends up breaking for a 77-yard touchdown. Dude is apparently faster than some of the receivers at Alabama, and I can believe it. But I do not believe you will be able to win that game against Texas A&M on your legs. I may be wrong, but he's got to have a balanced play, a balanced game to be able to win the game with his legs.
So here's the thing. I'll make this quick because we already talked about this game, but I think Jalen Milroe, I don't think he has to even throw the ball really too much in this game to win the game. But knowing Nick Saban, I think he will make him throw the ball a few times, even if it's just some safe, some safe game plan type throws. And which of course is good and beneficial for him to get experience. So I think that's what's going to happen. And I think Jalen Milroe is going to probably look pretty good, honestly. I do. Now Texas A&M's defense is really good, but it's really the D line and the linebackers. It's not the safeties. So as far as throwing the ball, I don't think Alabama is going to have too much of a problem with it. But you are facing a secondary and pretty much defense in general, a top 5 talent in the country. So,
agreed. And hey, Hurst brings up a good point. You have a backfield with Milroe and Gibbs. It is going to be pretty cool to see the read option with Gibbs.
It is. Yes, it is.
definitely going to be, excited to see that. All I'm saying though is Hurst. Not saying that Texas A&M is going to come in and just dominate Bama or that they have a chance to beat them, but I do think they have a chance to make it a good game if Milroe cannot complete a lot of passes. Which I know that's any team if they can stop the quarterback from completing a lot of passes. I'm just saying Texas A&M and Jimbo, after all that trash talk in the offseason, I could see Jimbo telling his staff they are easily going to just stack the freaking box and make Milroe beat them over the top. I could see it.
And guess what? Guess what? Saban knows that.
Yeah, and that's why I think he's
Saban is a step ahead. He's gonna have. I don't care if this man is an A1 thrower, a slant pass thrower, or what. If Bama schemes and plays around what A&M does, there could be wide open receivers 30 yards downfield.
Because
seriously.
of going through that. Yeah, in practice.
Yeah. So, we'll see how it goes. I think what Nick Saban will do is he'll start to try to run the ball. And if it doesn't work as well as he thinks it's going to work, I think he'll try to open up the dynamic of the passing game. And then we'll kind of see where we're at. And then, we'll see what Saban does. But yeah, I think the running game or the passing game is going to work in an explosive manner. I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's
and
it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Duggar. Sorry, Duggar. Alabama's going to kill y'all this weekend. They're going to absolutely kill y'all.
I apologize for the violent statement made from my friend. And
there was no curse words involved. I just stated
very violent.
Just made a statement. That's all. I'm a nice human being.
Very, just break them in half. Break their legs
in half and eat their souls.
Hey, is it crazy to you that 2 quarterbacks that have played at Alabama have gotten hurt in the same week? Wow.
Well, Tua is made of glass, and that's a whole different story. I don't think Tua should have even played, but that's a whole different story. Tua is a different situation, to be real.
I agree, Hurst. I agree with that, bro. I agree with you. He said they won't touch double-digit points. I don't believe so. I think they may get a lucky score, maybe a field goal or 2, but I just see him struggling offensively.
Is there any other games we got?
From what I'm looking on here, I know there's probably more because I can't see a lot, but I just see Oregon versus Arizona.
Nothing huge, but
no. But enough for me to say that we about to shut the stream down.
Well, before we do, I just want to get your opinion on this.
Oh, hit me with it.
And this isn't college football. This is about the NFL doing NFL games. Because college does this too, right? Notre Dame was supposed to play whoever it was in Ireland or whatever the hell it was. But the NFL was supposed to play, what game was this? I don't even know who it was. Anyway, they were supposed to play a game in like Scotland or something. How do you feel about that?
They did play in London.
Do you think it's beneficial to play overseas at all? Maybe for TV ratings? I don't know, man.
They did play in London. I know the Vikings did because our former safety, Lewis Seen, broke his leg in that game. This was like last week. But that's a good question. I think for me, it's all about where, because it's not just London, but where is a lot of your
Europe, Scotland, Switzerland, Europe, London, blah blah blah, everywhere.
If you could point on a map, point, the Packers are playing in London this weekend. If you could point on a map, and you had, a diameter that you were able to go around, just the whole circle in that area,
dart, just be like, we're gonna play there.
Well, but if in that area you have a lot of people outside the U.S. that buy your jerseys, and you've got London over here, you've got Scotland, you've got Switzerland in that area, I would hit that triangle pretty hard just to up sales and up, like you said, TV ratings, because I know the Warriors, this is crazy, but, I'm huge into the Warriors. Curry, Clay, and a few
Yeah.
other guys actually lowered their paychecks, their salaries, because of the money they make from when they go over to Japan, Tokyo, China, play like when they go over there, because they make so much money from there. Clay got his first shoe deal from China, some company in China, and they paid him. He was the third highest making shoe dealer in the world as far as all the NBA players. And
Yeah,
it's
bro.
just because that is an untapped resource. And then all of a sudden, a company from China ended up sponsoring the Warriors. Now they have their logo on the jersey. I think it's one of those get it where you get it type deal, or get it how you get it. So
So what you're saying is really the NFL is trying to make itself more nationwide.
agreed. And I think helping players almost the same way at NIL in
Yeah.
college, they're doing it for the players as well. Because if you're the star receiver on our team, you go to London and you have 180 yards receiving in this game, your sales are not only going up from the America, you just signed a bunch of autographs in London, and now London, the chirp, the trend, the Twitter, the all social media, like you have your chance to boost yourself, you know, make a little more money on the side.
Yeah, and you know what I've always wondered? I mean, I really wonder about the numbers in these overseas countries. Like, what's the actual number of people watching these NFL games? Like,
I
I'm
would
just
love to find that out.
curious.
That
I'm
we'll have to find that out, bro. I think
We
that is a
will.
great point.
I'm thinking. I mean, I'm thinking it's got to be 5K max, right?
Maybe.
I mean, I
I
don't
may. I
know. I
think
mean,
it's
we'll
more.
see. We have to look this up. But
Yeah, y'all.
I mean,
Like I said though,
it's
I
a
gotta.
different country and a different sport. It's like it's like the amount of Americans that tune into European soccer. I mean, there's just not very many of us. It's just not.
You got Colby in the chat. Got to
Yeah, Colby. Yeah. Well, eh. Well, soccer. First off, soccer is the most
what?
foreign and
Yeah, the most global sport in the
there you
world.
go.
Right?
Yeah, however you say it. Yes, it's the most global sport of all. So that
And
goes
I
into play
think
too.
that kind of adds to your point, though.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of countries out there that participate in soccer. I mean, I'm sure there's probably about 60 or 70, but there's more countries than just the teams that are out there. You see what I'm saying?
Oh hell yeah! I mean,
So
Africa they play with soccer balls and bare feet and dirt.
exactly, and then go out there and then end up finishing 8th in the entire world. It's like
Yeah, facts.
so. 3 NFL owners own London teams, like soccer teams. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's big facts.
I
Mm-hmm.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't know that. But look, guys, we got to end the
Yeah.
stream. There's a group of homeless people waiting on me under a bridge. I'm bringing a whole thing of bread,
Under a bridge,
and
bro.
yeah. What we do is you know how you in football when you would lay on your back and they blow the whistle, and you got to get up and tackle each other. Well, I get them and I put them out about 15 feet on each side, and I roll the bread out in the middle. First one to the bread wins. We usually have a really good time. We talk after, and I got to be there in like 23 minutes.
You should just put a cheeseburger in the middle.
No, because then they all jump in, and it's like,
Yeah.
you can't do that. You gotta start small.
Facts.
But yes, I'll let you say it, and I'll finish. I know I usually.
Let me say what? Shit.
Finish off
The outro or what?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So, yeah. Appreciate y'all tuning in. This has been just a quick little stream, just picking games and all that, whatnot. This is before the Saturday night stream because obviously after all the games are played, Saturday night, we go live. We go over all the games that were played that day. And today, we are just doing the little preview picks. Now, are we wrong about plenty? Are we wrong about all? Maybe and maybe. That's all I can say. But we give our opinions and our opinions of why. So that's the best part about it. So, yeah. This is the Thursday night show. Apparently, this may become a thing. I don't know if it will or not, but it just seems to be the time slot that we both have to go over the games for the preview and actually do our Saturday night show. So
we did, CJ. We did do that. But I'll say this too to finish up. Appreciate Colby. We're going to end up moving up to the premium package for StreamYard, and I'm going to call FISHEN after this when I leave. And we'll talk more about this. But thank you guys for coming on. Tonight was fun, and I enjoy this. I know FISHEN does too. we like being able to have people come on, but I mean, even then, we just went an hour and 30 minutes without anybody coming on, and we tried to be quick. So
yeah.
Thank you guys for coming on. I know you guys could be somewhere else or anywhere else, and you guys decided to hang out with us. So just know we really do appreciate that.
That's big facts. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thanks. So yeah, love you guys.
Appreciate y'all.
So CJ, Jonathan, appreciate you showing up, bro.
CJ, Kobe.
Kobe.
Shout out to Kobe. Special shout out to Kobe.
Yes, facts. Kobe for helping us with the show and helping us upgrade.
Hey,
Friction Vixen. Appreciate you.
Yes.
I think I said S already. Mr. Duggar, all you guys. Hope I'm not missing anybody. But yeah. All right, guys, we out. I will send y'all videos of what the little game that we got going on in a bit.
Facts.
See y'all.